Hello, I'm Bob Lancer, and the purpose of this show is to lead you into the life you truly want to be living. It is also about helping you to better understand and relate with others, especially the children in your life, in support of their great potential. So this show is for anyone who wants to live with more peace and purpose and positive power to soar into the fulfillment of our greatest promise. Did you know that you are never actually depressed or discouraged or frustrated by your circumstances? Whatever your situation, the only thing that can be frustrating or disappointing, discouraging, is your doubt that what you want is actually possible. The moment you cast out doubt, you set yourself free. You set yourself free to enjoy your life, believe in yourself, and to pursue the creation of the condition that you desire. No matter how impossible or miraculous what it is that you desire seems to be, cast out any doubt about it being possible. When you accept the possibility that it can be, despite the evidence, despite logic, you open yourself to that possibility, you open your heart, and your spirit begins to soar. In relationships, instead of focusing on what you don't like about the people in your life, focus your attention on the inner vision of the ideal relationship that you desire to be in. The qualities of anyone that you desire to be with are available to you when you allow yourself to accept the possibility that it can be. So whatever your financial situation is right now, cast out any doubt that the financial condition that you desire to be in is possible, that you can actually achieve it in a natural, healthy, balanced way. You don't have to strain. You don't have to push yourself to the point that you're getting unhappy and frustrated. No matter how far your present financial condition seems in relation to the financial condition that you desire, cast out doubt that it can happen. And don't imagine any length of time separating you from the condition that you desire to be in. Just be open and consciously present in the now to recognize how to direct your thoughts, your feelings, your speech, your actions for what you want. But as long as you're experiencing doubt that it can happen, you're creating your own frustration. Whatever work you're doing for what you want, the doubt comes against you like a wall. You can't break through the wall because you're building the wall with your doubt. But once you're willing to let go of the doubt, you're also going to be letting go of the want. And you'll find yourself feeling free to achieve your most desired destiny. Have the faith and the trust that you can create whatever it is that you desire in your life, that it is possible. We age ourselves with doubt. You don't have to take advantage of people or live a false life for the prosperity that you want. You don't have to give up your sense of purpose and your passion, your inspiration to do what is required for you to achieve the success in life that you desire. Cast out the doubt. Trust in the possibility. You don't have to live in disappointment. Living in disappointment is a choice. It's a choice we make unconsciously to protect ourselves from, ironically enough, getting disappointed. But when you live in the spirit of miraculous possibility, you set yourself free of the discouragement that comes from too much rationality. Just releasing yourself from the vision of impossibility, from the idea that what you desire is impossible. Just letting go of that idea is the first stage to letting that reality occur in your life. You can achieve what you want. You have to know what it is, and you have to accept that it's possible. It doesn't really matter how long you have been striving for what you want. What matters is right now, if it's something you desire, there is a way that you can fashion the substance of reality into a vision of what you truly want to experience physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. If you look deep down inside, it is only your doubt that makes you feel left out of the joy that you want in your heart. Imagining that it's impossible keeps you from creating what is possible. Within you is a kind of a creative substance. It's the substance of dream, the substance of vision, the substance of feeling and knowing. And you can shape and form that substance into any form that you desire. It's an inner process of creation. You can envision, for example, yourself in a relationship with someone who has all the physical qualities that you desire, the intellectual qualities, the emotional qualities, the spiritual qualities, the level of power, the attitude. You can envision yourself in a relationship with that person that is harmonious and fulfilling on every level, including the spiritual. And you don't have to imagine that this ideal person you're in a relationship with is anyone other than your present mate. This may sound confusing, and it may sound illogical to someone who has not awakened to this inner substance of creation that is within each person, this power to create. But for those of you who are looking within and working on creating a vision of what you desire, you will begin to awaken to the presence of this substance, the very substance of creation within that you can form and fashion into any form you want and begin experiencing it and begin experiencing the joy of its actual possibility, that there's nothing stopping you, there's nothing between, there's nothing standing in the way of your fulfillment in any area of life. The job is to get to the real core of what we want and to commit to it, to commit to this condition being in our lives. If you're struggling financially, it might be hard for you to believe that you can go from where you are into a complete change and shift in your financial situation. So your job is to start working on creating that inner sense of your fulfillment on the financial level. How prosperous you want to be, what prosperity really means to you, what condition you want to be in, what the vision looks like. You want to see in your vision how your prosperity is delighting you and a blessing for those you love. And you want to trust that it can and is going to be taking place in your life. The way to trust that something is possible is to simply let go of any distrust, of any belief that says it can't happen, of any opinion that stands in the way, because you can't know that it can't be. As you release yourself from the doubt that you can be in the financial condition that you truly want to be in, you allow that financial condition to begin unfolding. Creating in this way is a process. And in the beginning of any creative process, there's vagueness to it. You may not be exactly clear of what it is you're trying to create for yourself in your career, in your finances, in your marriage, in your relationship with your children. In all the areas of our lives, we need to become intentional creators. Otherwise, those areas of our lives descend into chaos. And for us to create beautiful order of our lives, we need to go deep within to connect with this creative substance within us and shape it and form it into a clear vision of what it is we want to happen. And then letting go of any doubt that it can't happen. The moment you experience a desire to have an experience, let go of any doubt that that experience is possible, that you can find the fulfillment that you want from that experience you can find the fulfillment that every desire shows you that you want. But you can't do this on a superficial level. It has to be a deep internal process. Right now, as you breathe, imagine that you are breathing in freedom from doubt about your ability to create whatever it is that you desire in your life, whatever condition that you want. Imagine that as you breathe in, you are breathing in freedom from doubt. And now work within yourself, even as you're completely aware of your surroundings. Work within yourself on a sensing and a knowing and a feeling and a seeing of exactly what you want to create in your life. And don't be in a hurry to grab onto it and solidify it and crystallize it and commit to it. Allow it to grow and clarify and open within you this sense of what it is that you truly want to create and experience in your life. As you are working internally on this process, you are engaging the creative process. You're releasing the barriers to what's possible in your life. And you are opening your own doors of opportunity through which the flood of success will engulf you. Whatever you desire is possible. Just release yourself from any doubt that it is possible. And don't disconnect it from the spiritual level. Because whatever it is that you want to experience, you want to feel with that a sense of spiritual purity, spiritual connection, a sense of being good and kind to the people in your life, to the world, to all living creatures. But you don't have to sacrifice the satisfaction of your deepest desires for that to happen. You only have to sacrifice your doubt that you can integrate the spiritual and the physical in your own heart, in your own life, in your goals. So it's not your conditions or circumstances or the people in your life that cause you to feel discouragement or depressed or frustrated. It's only you doubting that you can find the fulfillment that you most deeply desire. That fulfillment is available to you as you release yourself from doubt that it can happen. So how do you know if you have doubt to release? You have to pay attention to your feelings. And as soon as you're starting to feel the slightest bit of discouragement or impatience or despair or frustration, the slightest sense of struggle against the barriers of reality, as soon as you hear yourself telling yourself that you can't make it, you can't win, it's not going to work, as soon as you're entertaining notions of negative what ifs, what if I don't succeed, what if it doesn't work out, you're not doomed to an unhappy marriage. You're not doomed to live alone. You're not doomed to poverty or want or lack on the material level. You can achieve whatever level of success on the material plane that you desire. You can create any condition on the material plane that you desire, but you have to be on the alert continually for the slightest sense of doubt that it can be. And when you experience that doubt, you have to stop pushing to try to make it happen and just relax in the present moment until you feel free of that doubt, that fear, that worry about the negative possibilities. Without question, as you get into the deeper desires of your heart, it's going to seem like it would take a miracle for what you want to happen. It will seem like what you're asking for is impossible because you might be desiring something, for example, in your marriage that your mate has been unwilling or seemingly incapable of giving to you. And you've been frustrated and annoyed, when all you have to do is stop focusing on what it is that you don't like about your mate and focus instead on the vision of the experience that you want. And don't shut your mate out of that experience. Don't assume it's impossible for your mate to be that person. There's infinite possibilities in the forming and shaping of this substance of creation that we have within us. But we limit it when we start believing or presuming that there's limits to it, that we can't have it both ways. As long as you are envisioning what you don't want, you're going to experience it. But you'll recognize, if you pay close attention to your mind, that the condition of your money and the condition of your marriage and the condition of your relationship with your children is all in your mind. It's how you think of it. And if you'll just pay attention to your thoughts so you can let go of the thought that you have to do without what you want, that there's not a way for it to happen, as soon as you open your mind, your imagination can find ways to form what you desire in a completely fulfilling way. If you're getting anxious and you're getting pushy with the process, you're trying to make it happen quickly, that means you're focusing on what you don't want, and you're trying to change with your physical actions what you can only release yourself from in your mind. You're never discouraged by the way things are, only by your entertainment of doubt that things can't be the way you want them. Focusing on the reasons why it can't happen prevents you from forming and shaping the creative substance within you into the vision and knowing and realization of the possibility of what you do desire. Each and every moment is an opportunity to allow your deepest desire to formulate your destiny. And when you see a destiny within you, when you get that vision of the destiny within you and accept that it is actually possible, you start living with more power. You start experiencing the freedom that your heart desires. And then just look for what you can do to bring about what you're thinking about, to bring about what you desire. For example, when you're in a relationship and you're feeling disturbed by what your mate has done, you're actually doing something to keep you out of the relationship you want. See, you think your mate is keeping you out of the relationship you want, but you are keeping yourself out of the relationship you want when you're feeling disturbed by your mate. Why? Because you are focusing in your mind on what you don't like about your mate, on what you don't want. You're focusing on that. And in that moment, if you could just release yourself from that vision, you release yourself from the disturbance, and you connect yourself to whatever it is you do envision. So instead of thinking about how your mate has disturbed you, think about fulfillment, what it looks like in matrimony. And don't imagine that it can't be your mate being that way. I'm not saying make your mate that way in your vision or in your efforts. I'm saying just let go of any idea that your mate cannot fulfill this vision. Focus on what you desire and having it happen in a spiritually fulfilling way, not just a physically, emotionally, and intellectually fulfilling way. The same applies to your income. The same applies to your financial situation. If you are the least bit frustrated by your financial circumstances, it means that you are focusing on a financial condition that you do not want. It means that you are doubting that you can enter the financial condition you do want. So the moment you're feeling frustrated about finances, stop pushing to try to control your life and try to relax and become aware of your thoughts and feelings so you can let go of that feeling of doubt. You can let go of that idea of you being out of the financial condition you want to be in. Ask yourself, what is it that I want? How do I want to live? What are the abilities that I want to demonstrate? What is the contribution that I want to make? Do you want to create a spectacular business? Do you want to create a spectacular work of art? Do you want to be a genius in any field? Do you want to be more loving and more kind, more compassionate, more at peace, free from anger? Do you want to be more physically fit? Whether it's a particular level of economic well-being, of physical well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, whether it's a particular relationship you want, the relationship with your children that you want, envision the ideal. Plato talked about the ideal world. This is a level of consciousness that human beings can actually enter. It is also called the creative level. You can actually enter the ideal level. And from that level is where all the great creative masters create from. All the great artistic masters create from this level of the ideal world. And so in order to create, you go into the ideal world where it is spiritually and emotionally and physically and intellectually pure and perfect. And as you awaken to your own ideal sense of how you want your life to be, how you want your finances to be, how you want your career to be, how you want your day to be, how you want your marriage to be, how you want your relationship with your children to be, as you open up to this inner world, this ideal plane, you connect with your true inspiration. The inspiration to create beauty and order of your life. You connect with your vision of how you want it to be. See, it's so much stronger than the past. It doesn't matter what happened to you, what you've been through, who hurt you, how they hurt you, what mistakes you made, how you veered off the right course, what you left undone, what you wish you had done. None of that is as powerful as connecting with the ideal plane right now to create the destiny that you desire in your heart. So the financial condition that you want right now is really not dependent upon anything that happened in your past. Because right now, you are capable of working your consciousness in to a sense and a vision of the ideal economic condition for you, what it is you really want. And as you're working your way into that higher plane, you're working your way out of discouragement and despair. And as you release any idea of the past having any power to hold you back, you no longer feel like a victim of your past, you feel like a victor of your past. You are that powerful. You are that great. No matter what the past was, no matter what happened to you, no matter what you did or didn't do, you right now have the power to create all that you would love to happen to you. You can let go of the doubt that you're worthy of it. You have the power to create what you desire in life, without a doubt. And that's all the time we have for today's broadcast of Bob Lancer's Answers. To order a recording of today's show or of previous shows, and for more information about my work, check out my website at boblancer.com.